Welcome back to Shenanigans, everybody, where the observant party of 10 perception is going to find a clue.
So that's what we are. Gang.
All right. You wake up the next morning. The tour is going to begin. You're all still alive, but I do need con checks from everyone again.
Oh.
Grimelda's doing great.
Oh my
Sir
god.
Walker! Buddy, you wake up with a high fever.
Ooh.
2 crit fails on this. Oh.
And Umbridge is good again. Cool. So Sir Walker wakes up with like this burning fever, this sort of like sweat's rolling down his forehead. He's exhausted. He's got like the coughs and everything feels hot and cold at the same time. It's nasty.
I'm really annoyed here that my bracelet isn't working right now. I'm like, I thought this is why I got this thing. It's not even this thing's broken.
No. So Walker, lie down. Let me do a medical check and see how you are.
All right.
I don't figure anything out.
Can I make a toxicology check to see if I know what poison would cause these symptoms?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god. We are not clicking on any of the right buttons today on my character sheet. I've never clicked the right tab first.
22. Very nice. All right. So you're looking around, you're looking at these things, and you're realizing, well, shit. A few poisons could cause something like that. Belladonna or death cap mushrooms could cause something like that. That's definitely possible. Let's see.
Tomatoes. They must be using tomatoes.
It could be. It could be. Let me sort through my poison, see what else could cause it here. Some abris seeds could do that, actually. Wow, you've got 2 of the things that could cause this. And actually, the only 2... Sorting.
Ooh.
Wait, duration. We already talked about that. Curare would do that too, actually. Totally. So would cobra poison or scorpion poison or ettercap poison. Like a bunch of injected animal bite poisons could do that.
Right, but nothing that you would ingest. No more ingestibles.
No, not unless someone milked a cobra and then fed you cobra venom. But even then, it's supposed to be put directly into the bloodstream. It'd only be half as effective if you drank it. So you'd have to drink a lot of it or something, or just be or roll really poorly on your con checks.
All names aside, some poisons don't work if you ingest them. Like some snakes, you can suck out the poison, go in your stomach, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Some things you can ingest and you're fine. Some things that'll be less functional. It's kind of a mix.
Yeah. Okay. But so and I've got 2 of these 3 things. Okay. Mm-hmm. So today, I'm still going to go on the tour. I'm not going to sit and watch him be in bed all day. That sucks for him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go on the tour and look for belladonna in the seeds.
Sure.
Can you use lay of hands to alleviate the symptoms?
No.
Oh, a death cap and abris seeds. I'm sorry. Not belladonna. The ones I have.
So, Sir Walker, what are you going to do about this? You're feeling sick. You're feeling miserable. Headaches, fevers, all this terrible stuff going on.
I just gotta keep pushing through it. I'm going on the tour, man. I'm
You came here for the tour. You're gonna go on the tour.
Going on it.
All right.
All right, go to the staging area.
All right, you go to the area where the tour is being delivered, and the halfling is going to take you on this. Her name is Half and Half. That's what she goes by, at least. It's probably a stage name. There's no way someone named her Half and Half. It's a ridiculous name.
I don't know. You have other ones named after foods up north. Half and Half fits their theme, actually.
Maybe it's her real name. Who knows? That's a good...
I would like to approach Half and Half and ask where her name was from.
Give me a charisma check to see if she thinks it's rude. Oh, yeah, she thinks you're actually kind of flirting with her. Oh, where'd you get that name from? It's so exotic. And she'll give you a look and be like, well, one of my mother's a stout and my father's a lightfoot. So I am half and half of each.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Where'd you get your name?
My mother gave it to me when I was a kid, and that's just how it goes.
Cool story, bro.
I mean, I don't know why she named me this name. I don't know where Grimelda came from. She never told me.
That's such a coincidence. That's how I got my name too. My parents gave it to me.
It's weird.
I earned my name. I had a child name. I had abandoned it when I became an adult, and I became rich. I do not mock, or I shall challenge.
I don't have any horns to cut off, man.
All right, half and half. Sees that you're not flirting back with her and moves on to give the tour. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Iced Ice Baby Coffee. We are going to take you on a tour of our coffee plantations here, and you'll see that it's not just the three of you. There's like 4 other groups in here, so there's like maybe 10 people total. 11 people total. 12 people?
What do people have instead of the cameras?
Nothing. They just enjoy the moment and live in the moment rather than trying to document it because they'll never actually look at their documentation. No, they're just here to observe.
How do you show off to your friends that you did it?
You don't.
What?
You don't.
Then why go on a tour if you're not going to show off that you went on a tour?
Well, it's because you don't have any friends, so you don't have anything better to do with your time other than to pretend to make friends on a tour and then immediately lose them, so you got to go on new tours to make new friends. It's a different meta.
Different meta. It's a new friend meta.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait for the next patch, then my meta will change.
All right,
As we start going on the tour, I'd like to sneak behind and kind of be shifty and hang up behind the party so I'm not easily seen by the other halfling.
Sure. She takes you guys through the orchards within touching range and tells you that you can pick any seeds that you want, but don't do more than fill up your pockets. Once upon a time, we had someone who thought he could just fill up his whole backpack with coffee seeds. And you know what happened to him?
Justice happened to him.
Exactly. We beat him with sticks. I'm just kidding. We politely asked him to give us the rest of the seeds. We thanked him for picking, we paid him for his time, and then we kicked him out and told him never to come back. If you see a man named Leo with a red beard, tell him he's not welcome here anymore.
I'll keep this in mind for justice.
Good. Yes, justice, indeed. So here's our orchards. Here's where we do the growing, and you walk through them for a little while. You can do your Echoes of Magic now and see that there's no magic coming from these trees. They're just regular trees.
Big? They're not bushes. They're trees.
They're trees. Yeah, because coffee grows on trees.
On trees?
Well, the Minotaur's having an existential crisis because what he thought was reality is no longer reality. How are you handling that?
I think I've got to go home and write some corrections to people.
My God. All right. Then she takes you through the pressing plant where they, the coffee bean is within this fruity exterior where they remove that and then they turn that into food, into compost to then feed the plants again. And then you go through the area where they grind all the beans and leave them in their powdered form, and then they, here's the air. We mix the beans with the fresh river water, and we let it sit in these things. But before we can actually use the river water, we need to make sure to purify it because sometimes bears shit in the river, and we don't want to be getting any disease. We don't want any cholera coming out of our coffee. So we keep a cleric on hand. Wave to the nice cleric, everybody. And there's a cleric who's standing next to the river, continually chanting a purify water spell over it.
What sort of cleric are they?
Cleric of Nadinus.
Wave to the cleric even though she doesn't,
Right. She gives you a friendly smile, but keeps the chanting and the hand motions going over everything. And you get a tour of this facility. You end up in the gift shop where they're selling mason jars filled with coffee, iced coffee, for 50 copper each because it is the freshest you'll ever get this stuff. Right from the factory today.
Yeah. That's awesome, but I don't buy any.
Yeah, I'm fine with the stuff that I got in my pockets because you said we could put some seeds in our pockets.
Mm-hmm. You'd you fill your pockets with seeds?
Yep.
Okay.
I filled a mason jar with seeds. I have 2 of them left over from my coffee experiments that I forgot to check the lids on again. So I poured all those out, have 4 jars. I filled one of them with coffee beans.
Very good.
The cleric is casting purify water. can I check for magical flows? I don't think I can detect clerical things, but I'm just seeing if there's anything magical on top of that.
Nope.
I don't. Yeah.
Nope. No magic. It's all good.
Yeah, I can't detect blessings, so I'm all good. Yeah.
Okay.
So a good thing would be if I could tell if the spell's actually being cast, but I can't actually tell that.
Right. And the tour ends with you guys in the gift shop, and that's it.
What other products do they have in the gift shop?
I want to talk with half and half before she gets off.
There's coffee ice cream. There's coffee candy. There's coffee toffee. There's coffee ice cubes, but you gotta use them quickly because they're gonna melt. There's coffee bags. There are dresses made out of coffee bags, like recycled dresses, recycled coffee bag.
This is in.
And there is coffee flavored halfling pipeweed.
I'll get some ice cream.
Excellent. It's 100 copper per serving. It's expensive.
One set. Oh, that man, my money.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. One serving.
Done.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I gotta ask him, how do you guys make this ice cream?
Well, first we get some milk, which we import from various local farmers. Then we add the coffee to the milk and some sugar, and we churn it with in an area surrounded by ice.
Oh, is this ice magical or non-magical ice?
Non-magical ice.
Oh, it's a Caledonian.
Excuse me?
Well, I'm just wondering where the ice is from, because we're not near Wicklando.
Trade secrets.
Because we're far from Wicklando and we're far from the cold areas.
Don't you know, ancient and medieval peoples had ice abundant because there are a few rare techniques for making ice. Therefore, everybody has access to ice at all points in time. It's not that big of a deal, even though you're never going to find ice in any other town other than this one. It's just regular ice.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoever was giving me shit for having ice be rare in my world, you're probably not watching right now, but if you are, this is for you. Sure.
People had ice boxes. Of course that they existed.
There's like a one magical item that makes ice. Neal has none of them in his world. No one has those.
It's more about me trying to diagnose what the poisoning could be, because if it's magical ice cubes, there could be something related to that. But if it's normal ice, it could be the method that they create the ice in, which could just melt by the time it gets into the coffee. As such, so
clever.
That would be the poison isn't from the coffee itself, but it's from the ice process.
Well,
I mean, they probably just made the ice by you could have an ice box that's cooled by more ice, and then it cools down the ice inside of it.
Yeah, and then you just move it to the outside and just keep cooling more ice, right?
Yeah.
Well, we need to investigate the ice. I'm just saying quietly.
Okay.
Well, I mean, on the tour, they mentioned this fellow named Leo, who is not allowed back. I mean, maybe he's something to do with this. Maybe he's trying to sabotage him.
Yeah, but he could be anywhere. But we have to look out for someone with red hair and red beard.
All right. So the tour's ended. You've gone through the gift shop, and there's been nothing suspicious whatsoever.
Right.
It just looks like a regular orchard.
I eat my ice cream.
It's delicious. Give me a grub skill check.
Oh, I don't have grub
plus
yet.
4.
I don't have grub yet.
Well,
so
roll 3d6 for your grub skill, and then make a grub skill check at plus 4.
Not 3. Yeah. Plus
Not
4?
bad. So d20 plus 16.
12. Or
Right, but you get plus 4 on top of that.
I realized, okay. Okay, D20 plus 16. Oh, yeah, I love it.
Oh, it's delicious. It's so good. It's so good. Walker, you've been walking around all day with a fever in these, coffee plantations and orchards. You're having a hard time, following conversations and keeping coherent thought. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna get some water because I'm super hot right now.
Yeah, you can get some water. They will provide it to you free of charge. It comes in a leather water skin case. And now you have water.
All right. Yeah, I just want to drink it and just keep myself. I just want to pour it on myself actually, because I am just like sweating. I'm really hot right now. This is, yeah.
Half and Half comes up to you and says, "Are you okay? Do you need some medical attention? We have a cleric of Nadinus here to keep track, to purify water. Maybe she could do something for you."
Sure. Yeah, I think I just had too much of this coffee, man.
That's nonsense. No amount of coffee is too much. Studies show you could drink this all day, every day for the rest of your life and never have a single problem with it.
Study? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good.
We funded the studies ourselves.
Oh, good. Yeah. As long as it's studies, then I believe them.
Right. The cleric of Nadinus will come over to you and set you down in a gentle spot, tell you to close your eyes and think of rest. And then she will touch you on the forehead for a minute and put you into a deep and restful sleep, unless you want to resist the sleep.
I'll do the sleep. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The rest of the party, what do you want to do?
We need to get in.
I want to talk with Half and Half. I want to ask her about this Leo character.
Yes.
So you on the tour you mentioned that Leo was not allowed back here.
Yes.
He was just trying to take a bunch of coffee beans? Is that all he was doing?
Yeah, we said you could pick coffee beans to take with you. The implication, you can grab a few samples. He thought this was open range to just fill his backpack with coffee so then he could go sell it himself, which is clearly not the intent of the you can pick coffee, but we didn't. You know how when you want to you say, oh, go ahead, you can do this, and you don't put bounds on what you can do because you don't think anyone's going to be unreasonable about it, and then some asshole comes along and takes your small kindness to this most extreme, and now all of a sudden you have to qualify and condition your kindness and be like, okay, we didn't really mean pick whatever you want and take it. We meant just take some samples, but I guess we didn't say that, so now we have to say you can pick a few samples and you can't fill your packs, and it's just a mouthful, and it's now a problem, and it's just easier to say take what you want, but now we have to have a rule of this because one asshole broke the rules so badly, Yeah. That's Leo.
Right, Leo's just that guy. I understand.
He's that guy. He's the guy that you give an inch and he'll take a mile, and now all of society has to be structured around stopping Leos from exploiting people's kindnesses. Really, we should just get rid of all the Leos.
That's a mastermind of an idea.
Yeah, it really is. Only a mastermind would, take a little bit of leeway and run with it as far as possible to try and ruin everything for everyone, and then think that they're not actually doing anything wrong, and then protest when you stop them from doing the things that they shouldn't have been doing already, and they try and point it wasn't specifically in the rules, and you're like, well, clearly it was in the rules because we've been enforcing it like this for a long time. That's some sort of mastermind thing.
It is.
It's one of those.
Really is.
Catch-23s I've been hearing about.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well,
thank God we don't have anyone like that here. Those sorts of assholes.
Thank God. Mm-hmm. Okay. So did Leo seem particularly angry? When you removed him?
Furious.
Was he rage-induced, would you say?
Yes.
Well, and I would like to say, well, thanks for your time. And then
cheers.
Move on.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure. With the halfling who I bought the coffee from down in Stoneport, he wasn't a Leo, was he? He didn't match Leo's description.
No. That was a female halfling that you were chatting to in Stoneport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what do you guys want to do now? I feel like you're kind of lost, maybe?
No, I'm just waiting for my turn to talk.
Oh,
we
all
have
right.
to check each of the ingredients. We've got the coffee beans. We need to check the ice and the milk. I can check the milk because I'm an expert on that.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'm not a milk bringer level expert, I'll say that, but I'm a sort of expert of milk.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's do it.
we need a sample of the ice on its own, test it. Our toxicology expert, can you handle that?
How do you get a
ice?
sample of ice?
Yeah, that's the problem. I've got the beans, so I can check those toxicology-wise. I was going to do that to see if there's it was just inept brewing or something weird was going on there.
All right, I'll ask for a glass of milk. I'll pay for a glass of milk.
They will give you a glass of milk.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
it's gonna 5 copper.
All right. Man.
Expensive glass of milk here.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it good? Is it decent quality or just
No,
regular
of course
milk?
not. It's just regular milk. Yeah.
All right. Wait, I drank it. I have to buy another one now. Of instinct. I have to taste it, drink it. All right, I'll buy
I just
another
see him
glass.
give it a little glass, he drinks it and looks at it and just, damn it, and just like puts it back down.
Yeah. All right. I'll buy another one.
How was it, Milk? Are you sure it was cold enough? Maybe you need some extra ice in that to make it really cold.
Oh, yeah. Could I have ice for my milk?
Absolutely. They will go and get you some ice and bring it back and charge you another 5 copper for it because ice is expensive.
Oh, yeah, that it is. Yeah, I accept.
All right. You now have milk and coffee beans and ice. Perfect.
All right.
And I guess Walker wakes up from his nap feeling refreshed. Walker, give me another con check. How has your magically induced sleep helped you or hurt you? Roll me another 1, baby. Oh my god, it's so bad, Walker.
A nat 3.
Wow. Okay, buddy. You're just suffering. You wake up, you're not feeling any better, you're still woozy. You're sweating. You're starting to, just not make sense of things. This is all going loopy on you.
Yeah, this is not my day. Just this. If only we had a cleric who could help me out.
Well, I'm not a cleric of Martha. I can't heal you.
Okay.
I can do that.
Oh, man.
All right.
Well-
Okay, we need to test these things. I'll deal with Mr. Walker here, get into a bed. I'll try to get a bed somehow.
Sure. You guys can stay another night here at Sleep Baby.
Sleep, baby. Yeah.
8 a night, right?
You've got to do the test on this ice before it melts.
Go for it.
Oh, toxicology? Gotcha.
Yep.
Give me a toxicology check.
Yeah,
It's
sure
regular ice.
Ooh. So something nice.
Okay. I want to check the beans by themselves, too. Or do you want me to keep rolling for each individual
Yeah,
item?
keep
or is
rolling
like-
for each individual for the beans. Roll for the beans.
Beans?
Beans are regular coffee beans. Nothing
Milk.
toxic about them. And what's the last one for? The milk?
Milk. Can I
You know,
get +2 for
there's
his
a-
help?
Oh, he is a Minotaur. Yeah. Between the two of you, you detect like a weird sour odor that you're not sure about, and the Minotaur's like, no. That's specific to the type of cows that live around here. It comes off just a slight sour hint, but it's totally good.
Okay.
The short haul cows, yeah. All right,
So- I think we need to go find this Leo character. It seems like there's something afoot here.
well, if it's not the drink, it's the ice. I mean, the glass. Because it was being sold in glass, not ceramic. So you have to go to where the glass is being made and see if that's been poisoned.
Poison glass.
This is.
Breaking the-
I don't think I would. Poisons wouldn't last that long. I don't think you'd need to introduce it later. You wouldn't need to see where the glass is made. Maybe where it's stored.
I did hear a rumor that glass is a liquid. Could that be a problem?
Yeah, maybe.
Like it flows or something down when you leave it in one place.
He's delirious. He's completely delirious.
Interesting. Just look over at Walker, nod my head. You had me going there for a minute, buddy, and then just.
All right. I think we're done here. Tomorrow, head back to Stoneport and investigate these glassware. Because clearly, Sir Walker here has been influenced by something.
Right.
And I don't know what's the
It's true. So I guess we'll wait till the next morning. Hopefully he gets a better con check.
Okay,
All
let's see
right.
how he is tomorrow.
The day passes. Everyone give me a con check in the morning.
Yeah, I did have
Lasts
ice cream.
forever.
Melda's doing fine. Sir Walker is not doing great.
Oh,
Umbridge, well, you're a little tired today. You didn't get enough sleep last night. You're feeling a little achy, a little slow.
Nat 2.
Walker is still terrible. Like, outright awful feeling.
All right.
downright just like dragging your feet, blurry-eyed. Nothing's making sense.
Well, I'll carry Walker. I'll just have to try to carry him.
Okay.
To try to get him back to Stoneport to see the cleric of Martha there.
Ooh, okay. What's your move speed with him on you?
How heavy is you and all your gear, Sir Walker?
I'm just trying to figure out which one of us is the slower one.
I'm pretty heavy, so I'm like I'm gonna be like 150 plus my armor, which is
You have it
another.
on the sheet. There's a character sum on the gear tab. On the gear tab, it's in the character.
Sure.
It adds it all up.
210.
210. Okay.
Yeah. Wait.
Well, I'm 560.
Okay.
But all right, 210. Let's try this. 210 would be severe. So no, I can't carry you.
I don't need your help. I can go.
Yeah. Is there any wagons going between here and any tall wagons going back? to town?
Yeah, there are a couple of people who came on wagon that are heading back. Totally.
Yeah. Can I pay to have our friend Sir Walker ferried back?
Oh, sweetheart, you don't need to pay. We'll gladly take your sick friend on the way back. He looks real ill. Do you know what it is?
No idea, ma'am.
Oh, maybe you should go find a useful cleric of Martha. I
Yes,
hear they're
we're
real
good for
good at that sort of
Martha.
stuff.
We're good for healing. Yes.
I feel like the whole point of this quest came up at the beginning when the arguing. Neal said, you know what? They're going to need a cleric of Martha. I don't know for what. Oh my God, they're going to have to go back.
Yeah, because there is a cleric of Martha in Stoneport. At least there was last time a party was here. I'll see if they're still here. But I'm assuming they're still here. They healed up someone because they said they were going to go after the gnome, but they're really going after the gnome vampire, not the gnome in town. All right, so we'll head back to Stoneport.
All right, you guys head back to Stoneport. You get there by the end of the day. The cart kind of rambles along the road for ages. Sir Walker's in the back, feeling miserable. They give you some shade. You throw up partway through the day. It's unpleasant and uncomfortable, but you make it to Stoneport that evening.
All right, and
Yeah.
so Walker nose hasn't turned blue yet, and his head's not twitching. All right. Okay. Well, we'll go to the inn. And maybe tomorrow, investigate the glass. We have to get a glass without any coffee in it and investigate it. Unless you got a better idea.
I think we need to go see where the dude who sold us this bad coffee got his coffee from. I mean, he said he got it from the people who shipped in, but is it warehoused in and shipped over to him? Or like, I don't know.
What do you mean?
So like the coffee guy down at the docks, he doesn't have all of the coffee on him, right? There's got to be some more coffee in Stoneport. He's got to have a warehouse of sorts, right?
Right. So you want to head down to the coffee distributor on the dock?
Sure. Exactly. I want to start with him and kind of work back the chain. We jumped. We went from him all the way back to the beginning, and I kind of want to walk my way back the whole chain.
All right. We'll skip to the next day because the coffee shop's closed down by the docks for now. And Walker, give me one more con check, buddy, and don't fail this one.
All right.
Oh,
All right, this is your like 5th con check in a row. You can't fail this.
Blessing, +1.
All right, you bless him. Get a +1 on
right.
it.
And then I actually realized I should get an additional +2 because of the paladin saving throw stuff.
Oh, you get a +2 on your saves from being a paladin?
Yep.
I thought
Oh, thank God. All right, roll it. Woo!
so. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. You are feeling fine. You wake up in the morning refreshed. The world is brand new. Look at the sky. It's so beautiful. Those smells. Oh, the richness of this food. You don't quite have a full appetite yet, but like everything is amazing because it's all been shitty for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, this thing finally started working. I'm gonna say that I switched the bracelet to it was on my left hand before. I switched it to the right hand, the one that was like, it would have been shaking or something.
See, that's the problem. You had it on the wrong side.
Yeah.
That's a righteous decision, sir.
Yeah.
Well thought. Well thought.
All right. You head down to the coffee maker on the dock, the coffee distributor on the dock. And there she is, hanging out, selling coffee. She waves at you guys as you approach, clearly interested in what she has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And says, welcome. We've got some Ice Baby coffee over here. Would you like any?
Yeah, actually I would. I would actually like a large order though. I'm planning on heading out of town, and I'm not gonna be able to get some for a while, and I'd like to take some with me. Is there any way I could meet with your distributor to get such a large order?
Why don't you just deal with me? Because, no one likes being a middleman when people are trying to cut out the middleman, right? You're basically saying, how can I bypass your services entirely and get your product at a lower price and put you out of business? And that's not a very nice thing to say to a person.
Well, no, you're misinterpreting me, friend. It's not. We'll be paid. I'll give you a finder's fee for helping me out here. You'll still make some money.
You're still trying to bypass me and take over my business, and I don't appreciate that in the slightest.
I'm not trying to take over your business. I'm going out of town. It's a long way away. I've got a large family. This is delicious coffee.
Well, then why don't you just buy coffee directly from me for your family?
Because I need a large order. Do you have this? Do you have?
I can fulfill any order that you need.
Any order that I need.
More or less.
All right. I flip a mithril coin in front of her, and I said, "I want all of it."
Do you have a mithril?
I do. I've got 4 of them.
You have 4 mithril coins?
Yeah, they're 2,000 apiece, right?
Yeah.
And I had like 60 extra gold, and I dumped it down, and I left me a little change and 4 mithril coins.
4 mithril coins would be 8,000, so that would be 80 gold.
80 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
However that math.
I believe that you've done your math. I believe you.
Sorry.
She looks at the mithril coin, does some quick calculations in her head. If it's 30 silver per jar, and you want 2,000, so 2,000 divided by 30 is 66 at 0.6 jars. She'll just give you 70 jars for the 1 mithril coin. She looks at you and goes, well, if you take them, by the time you get where you need to go, it won't be cold anymore. You'll have to re-chill it or drink it warm.
Well, for a mithril coin, there's no way you can help me keep it chilled for that long? Do you have any ice or anything I can put it in?
It depends on how long your journey is.
Well, going a couple days away. 3-4 days.
I can get you some ice, but you're going to need something to contain it in, right? You'll need... Whatever, I'll let you deal with it. I'll get you some ice.
Well, where do you have the ice at? Maybe I can meet you there with my bucket.
Well, just come with me. And she's got like one of those mobile stalls. She just like pulls down the close sign, flips over the things, packs up the stall, hitches it to a donkey, and starts heading down the track, down the road towards the. This is the wrong song. Towards her little warehouse. She brings you to the warehouse, opens up the doors, brings the cart and the donkey inside, waves you guys in as well, and sure enough, there are some pallets with iced coffee on it. And then she'll go to one and pull out she'll drag out a pallet, move some extra jars off of it, and so it just has 70 because each pallet has 100 jars. And she'll say, "Here you go."
Perfect.
And
When she's looking away, I do echoes of magic.
Yep, no magic in here whatsoever.
I'm also just gonna ask him, what's your favorite one, by the way? Which one do you drink?
French vanilla. I like the vanilla flavor. Now, The real question is, how come the vanilla flavor costs the same as the non-vanilla flavor? It's amazing.
Mystery. Maybe they're just marking up the other ones more.
Have I ever actually seen this person drink any coffee?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay. So when we're inside the building, as I'm looking at this, I kind of look at her and go, and the ice?
Right, yes, and she heads over towards another section of the warehouse where she opens up a series of flaps in the ground, and there, in a heavily insulated area, is just a big chamber of ice. And she'll throw a bucket down in there and scoop up some stuff and give you a bucket full of ice.
Would that underground be a foot underground? Over a foot? So we'll
yes, over a foot underground.
All right.
But you could detect magic while the doors are open.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. There is no magic coming from the ice.
Yeah, just double checking.
You're not going to let it be magical.
Okay.
It's probably not magical. It's probably mundane, but I want to check if it is magical or not.
Can I sense motive on like when they said that their favorite was the French vanilla? Because I want to see if this person has actually drank this coffee before. Basically thinking because if they knew it was poisoned or something, then they'd be dead, right? They'd be poisoned.
So you want to get her to drink some of it?
No. See how is she saying the truth that she likes French vanilla?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Give me a charisma. Wait. So how are you just gonna try and look at her, or are you gonna try and use some magic to perform this feat?
I'm just trying to look at her, see if they actually.
He's not detecting evil.
So that is a failed charisma check, which is difficult for you to do, Mr. Paladin.
Yeah.
But somehow you fail, and you can't quite tell.
Okay.
So when she brings up the bucket of ice, I'm going to tell her, no, just a minute. I've got to go get a cart to put all this in. And I'll say, I'll be back by in a little bit to pick it up.
Sure. She dumps the ice back in, closes everything back up, and says that she'll be waiting here for you.
Okay. Is there anybody else in there?
No. It's just her in the warehouse and the donkey that she pulled the cart with.
If there's no one else in here at all, there's nothing.
Nope.
I will procure us a cart. I think there was a cart vendor outside.
Oh, I was just going to pay someone to ship it back to Berkshire. That was my plan.
Okay, sorry. All right.
I mean, we can do that if we want to take it back, but I was just going to send it back. I was going to sell it to Desmond.
Might as well. Desmond used to sell coffee, then he stopped.
Mm-hmm. The bean juice episode, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, I guess we did it, guys. We got our coffee. We're gonna bring it back to Shenanigans. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, we're not going to get...
You still haven't found the murderer. There's a murderer on the loose, guys.
Wait, someone died.
I think we've narrowed down suspects pretty handily at this point.
We need to find Leo, who has red hair.
So I'm gonna go. I go look at your economics table. Can I service someone to take this back to Berkshire? It's copper per day for transport on a wagon. Is that cool? Is that reasonable?
To transport from here to Berkshire on a wagon will take you. It's gonna be 87 miles ish. Let's just call it 80 miles. And you're doing some shipping. You're going to be shipping a big crate. Usually, passenger fare is a gold a person a day for these sorts of things, but you're going to be shipping a crate, which is a little bit bigger than a person. So maybe a gold and a half per day. So 150 copper per day, and it's 80 miles. So it's going to be about 80 divided by 20 is about 4 days. I can do math, I swear. So we're going to be looking at 600 copper to ship a crate back to Berkshire.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I pay it.
You pay it? All right.
No.
It is done. We don't have to work out any other details. It'll just arrive in Shenanigans for you when you need to be there.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. All right.
He Desmond had buy some poison coffee off us.
So,
Cool.
Now what?
We need to test the glass and see if it's poisonous.
I wanna wait for her to leave the thing and sneak back in there and take a look around again. I just wanted to know where the warehouse was. That's really all I was after. And so I needed her to go there. So I needed a big enough order. So we bought a big enough order. She had to go back there for something. She didn't have enough on her cart. That was the only reason we bought so much.
Makes sense.
So now we know where she is and where it all's going on. And she led us right to it. So it's perfect. And she's going back off to go do her stuff with none the wiser.
All right, you sneak in.
I want to sneak in and look around. I'll sneak in the window and let him in and then close it up.
Into the warehouse?
Yeah.
All right. That night, the party breaks into the warehouse. Now, Mr. Paladin and Mr. Cleric of Astaire, how do you guys feel about breaking and entering?
Breaking and entering with a purpose we've got cause to investigate this person. There's been poisonings, deaths.
Yeah, we're
It's an investigation. We're not stealing. If someone tries to steal, I'll say some words, but we are there to investigate only.
We did pay for it. Yeah, we paid for the coffee.
Yeah, we cannot commit any crimes or infractions, but if we're on a mission to find justice, breaking and entering with probable cause is justifiable.
I'm actually now thinking this guy poisoned me. This is why I was so sick.
Oh, you were poisoned.
Oh,
by
yeah.
this guy. Yeah. Didn't the cleric of Martha say something about poison coffee? I think
Venus.
guy's up to no good.
Oh yeah, she did. All right, I'm going to do a laws Minatoria check to see if there actually is a law. No, a crit
no.
fail.
Okay.
No. Breaking and entering is not a law.
Nothing he knows of.
Yeah, I've got a book, a 500-page law book, so it might be in there.
All right.
So I want to look around and see if there's any poisons. So there's the pallets of all the coffee and everything, right? Is there any other side rooms or anything off to the?
Oh yeah, totally. There's all sorts of stuff in here.
Okay.
There's tons of things. But before we can't just arrive in the building. You got to break in and enter, right? So how do you get on in?
Is there like an upper window I can climb through and climb down?
There are windows. They do not open. They're just like glass windows. You would have to break and enter.
No breaking the
but
windows. That's not
Then can I go to the front door then? Is the front door locked?
The front door is locked. Yeah.
Okay. Is the front door like very visible from the street?
Yes.
Is there is there a bunch of people on the street?
Not. Well, it depends what time of day you're coming.
Well, we've got a paladin with us. We don't need a warrant. We've got a paladin.
True. Yeah.
Well, I guess if these guys aren't worried about it, I'll just whip out the thieves' tool and pick the lock. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
All right. During the middle of the day or during the middle of the night?
Paladin can vouch for
I'll wait till like after dinner, so it's calmer.
Okay. That evening, after dinner, the three of you head over, Paladin, Cleric of Astaire, and Rogue Fighter, head up over to the warehouse and begin to pick the lock. What is your lock picking skill check?
My pick locks is 8 plus 0. Base is 8. I don't know. I use your because it was in there.
Right. So the thief rebuild, you might need a 10 to be effective at the minimum. Let me double check how this. How the thief pick locks. Let's see. A common lock is 5. Never mind. A good lock is 10. So this is indeed a common lock on the warehouse, and you have an 8. So it'll take you about half an hour, roughly, to pick this lock.
Okay.
Okay.
I keep an eye out for people with red hair coming nearby.
Okay. Let me. Oh god, the humidity in this room has gone up. I need to open some doors. Windows before I die of heat exhaust. No. Okay, much better. So, you go over there, you start picking the lock, and sure enough, eventually a town guard, a couple of town guards happen to be walking by, and they come over to you guys fumbling at the lock and go, hey, what's going on over here?
I'm gonna work on the lock and turn to the paladins and let them handle this.
Sure, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him. I'm gonna say, this is the supplier of some poisoned coffee. I got poisoned by this person here, and we're doing an investigation for under my orders. This is we're investigating this to make sure he does not hurt anybody else. Should I do like a charisma check?
The guards look at you. Give me a charisma check. Do you mention you're a paladin during any of this?
Yep, I'm gonna show him my holy symbol, and it's like we're doing.
And I got my symbol on my vest like a sheriff's badge.
Right. All right, let me see your charisma check here. Oh yeah. The guards immediately like snap to attention and salute you and go, we're sorry, Your Holiness. We didn't mean to intrude on paladin business. Do you need us to set up a guard, a quarantine zone?
I'm gonna say yes. Especially make sure to look out for any halflings. And I'm gonna mention the person with the orange hair, I guess.
Red hair.
Sure. One of the guards stands here to help you. Another goes to fetch a few more soldiers. And before the half an hour is up, there are 6 guards. 3 guarding one side of the street, 3 guarding the other side, and being like, "Sorry, you're gonna have to go around official business. Move along."
That's almost as many guards as Wadsworth.
And you guys head on in to the warehouse after picking the lock. There are crates, there are boxes, there's the trap door in the ground where the ice is. There's another little side room, a tiny little small side room with an office, and it pretty much just has like a spreadsheet on it with, costs and expenses and all the things that you need to run a business. The financial sheets.
Is it a pretty simple desk in there?
It is.
Okay, so there's no place for like little hidden drawers or any compartments you could hide stuff in?
Give me a perception check to search the area.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Impossible.
You do find a hidden door, a drawer underneath the desk.
What's in it?
Is it locked?
It's money.
Well-
It's all of her money that she makes. She keeps it in a hidden drawer.
Well, I'm in the main room
Oodles of gold.
looking for looking at the glass, wondering if it's poisoned or not.
All right, so
Yes,
where's my other
poison
paladin? Is
glass.
anybody in the room with me? That's the next question.
Well, I'm not there. I'm
Well,
in the office.
There are a few empty mason jars here that look like someone drank it and just handed her the jar right back. That's the only glass you can find other than the glass that contains coffee already. So...
Is there anything?
So I'm just wondering. I don't really sure because I'll need the alchemist to come over. The alchemist, poison expert, to check it out when he's done over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about the bookkeeping records, and if there's any information about who he bought it from. Also, anything suspicious in there, like.
Oh yeah, there are plenty of orders that come from Ice Baby. That's where she gets all of her coffee from. And then there's also an ice order along with each coffee order that comes from the same place. It appears that they make the coffee and the ice there, or acquire it somehow and sell it to her. Yeah.
Okay, so no things like I bought poison or anything obvious like that.
Nope. Nope. Nothing like that.
No.
Not even. Yeah.
What do you guys think? This all looks like normal. This looks like a coffee business.
Well, in the office, there's more rooms and stuff out there, right? I want to look around and see if I can find any Aberrus seeds or death cap specifically.
Yeah, not in the office. You've already found all the secret drawers here, and there's nothing else hiding around that could be suspicious or dangerous.
So this is just normal warehouse. There's nothing else in here that can be searched.
Correct.
Well, we need to check the glass still.
That's true.
The glass one. I mean, even if it's a low probability, we've still got to check it.
Yeah, sure.
How do you test glass if it's poisoned or not?
I don't know.
Oh,
How would
you
the
have a
glass
controlled
deliver the
substance in it.
poison?
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
in the glass,
Yeah.
it couldn't poison. It'd have to be coated on the glass, right?
Yeah. So if you pour something you know that isn't poisoned, like water, into the glass, and if the water's poisoned, then you know the glass is poisoned.
Well, we could pour some water in a glass and give it to our paladin again.
Not suspicious. I'm not doing that. I didn't think it was poison before. Now I know.
Now,
I
can
know
you
I got
test-
poisoned.
How does your toxicology work? How do you test for things?
I think she sniffs them, slowly looks at them. I mean, you put a little bit on your finger, and then you wait a little while. You put a little bit on your lip, you wait a while. I mean, as you slowly work through like poisons, it's like the normal way you eat stuff for the military. What's the word I'm looking for? The military field food guide? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so maybe if you pour water into a glass we think is poisoned, then you test it to see if it actually is or not.
Yeah. Yeah, we can try that.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. That
Or we can
do.
pour some water in and let a rat drink it and see if the rat dies.
But I'd rather evidence rather than just, a rat died.
Do a couple of rats.
All right, okay, that seems controlled. Sheriff, do we have any rats?
Of course. There's rats everywhere. It's a modern city. Covered in
We're going to
rats.
test to see if this is poisoned or not. If the rat dies, the halfling is guilty. The rat lives, it's coming from somewhere else.
Should I bring you a dead rat then?
No, only living rats so we can test the poison on them.
Right. Test the poison on living
We are
rats.
a
I gotcha.
Work with a No, we're a stare.
I thought you said this person poisoned you, and you're now needing to
we
falsify
need
evidence
proof.
to support your claims,
No,
right?
No. We want proof that you poisoned us.
That's not how you do police work.
We're not
You make your
police.
decisions and then you get the evidence.
We're clerics of a stair. Or
I
I'm
see.
a cleric stair to paladin. But yeah. I'm sorry, but we have to go to this higher standard. Otherwise, we lose our powers.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's how
And
he does.
the sheriff will go get the rat catcher, who will bring you 10 rats in a cage.
All right. Let's feed the rat some of this poisoned water, allegedly poisoned water.
And some feed some of them the coffee, right? Too.
Oh yeah. And
let's
also
melt the ice and feed some of them the ice too.
Well, we need to know. We need more than one cage then. So we got one group's like this, one group is this, one group is this. So we know what kills them.
And there's 10 rats, right? So we can just feed like.
Yeah, that's fine. But I just mean we need more than one cage.
He wants to separate them out so the rats all aren't together. He just wants to move them to different places so that way we know which ones died.
You're right. Okay.
So that's what we're all
So we get two more. We get two more cages, with one's just getting in the water, one's getting the pure normal coffee, and one's having ice water. We grab some ice from the basement and put it in the water as well.
Okay. You've created your scientific study to poison rats.
Yes.
And see if it's going, how long, which ones will die.
Yes.
You feed them the coffee, the ice water, whatever other things that you want.
Yeah.
And now you wait to see how long it takes for them to be poisoned.
It took 2 days for Sir Walker here to get really ill. So but they are much smaller. So I don't know. I do have physiology, but this is a little outside my wheelhouse.
Okay.
I mean, they're so small. I'd imagine the poison would take effect much quicker. Much quicker.
Hours? Would it take a
The
day?
dosage would be so much higher for them because of the volume. So I mean, they die pretty immediately.
Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do with the warehouse that you've opened and dug around it? And also the money? You opened her drawer and found all that money. Did you keep it?
Oh, I didn't.
No,
because I think they're in the room with me, and with the paladin in the room with you, I don't think you steal. Even no matter how much of a thief you are, you're not that much of a thief.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
not that crazy.
All
Put it back.
I was out of the
drawer. We
room.
put it back. I mean, leave it alone. But definitely take note of where it is.
Fair enough.
All right.
Another adventure without the party.
Okay. Well, I told the sheriff if the halfling comes here, we might have to hold him as a person of interest until we get results from the rats. They'll be pushing a coffee cart.
All
Is the
right.
cart in the warehouse?
Yeah, she leaves her cart locked up for the night when she's done with work.
Is this night time?
Morning?
Oh, it's evening. Yeah.
It's evening,
She comes
yeah.
in the morning. Yeah. If we're still here in the morning, she'll be a person of interest.
Right, so are you guys going to stay here and guard this place all night, or are you just going to take your
I'm
experiment
staying.
back to the inn? You're staying?
I'm definitely staying. And we're conducting the rat test in the warehouse.
Why would we do that though? I guess we could just go. We just leave somewhere else, right, and come back.
Oh, well, what you're thinking?
What if they know we're here and then he runs away? We don't want to.
Oh, good point.
Let them in on that we're onto them.
All right. Well, pull the guards from the front door, and we're hiding on the inside and catch them when they arrive.
So you want to do a stakeout and capture the? I thought we needed to test the stuff first.
If we've got the test going in the warehouse while we're waiting, we can have both going at the same time. Stakeout and the rat test in the same room in the warehouse.
Okay, so we're just gonna regardless of the test, we're just gonna capture them.
Well, yeah, it's a person of interest. But the thing is, if they're innocent, we'll let them go. If they're guilty, I'll cut off their horns. I mean, whatever laws Drakus has.
Okay.
So I asked the
So
sheriff
we're
to
just
pull
gonna
the
arrest
guards
them.
from
So
the
basically, we're
outside.
just arresting them right now. We're just
Yeah.
Okay, we're just
Yeah.
okay.
I asked the sheriff to take the guards from the outside so we can capture the person when they arrive.
Okay. We're going to go to our...
Sorry. I was just saying, comes back in from some thought and says, I was thinking about those coins. I'm sorry. What was the plan?
Oh,
We're just gonna go and we're gonna arrest them right now.
Okay, cool.
yeah, but they're going to
get poisoned.
come back here in the morning, so we'll arrest them when they arrive back at the warehouse in the morning. But we don't want them to know we're here, so no guards outside. But when they walk in, we arrest them.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, we got the
All
test.
right. The guards are ready. People are hiding inside the warehouse. It's locked up on the outside. Looks like no one's been in here. You're all gonna spend the night here, and when the halfling comes back in the morning, you're gonna arrest her for high crimes, and then see if the rats died of the poison. But we're gonna go to our break, and when we come back,
hopefully in a different order.
and when we come back, we'll find out what happens with the thrilling conclusion of our Shenanigans episode. See you guys on the other side.
Hey.